Okay, so here's my thoughts on Charlie Kirk. Uh, what happened to him is a terrible, terrible thing. I hate that for his family and the people that love him. That is a horrible situation for his family, and I am sorry that they have to experience that. I disagreed with Charlie Kirk on everything, and I found him offensive from time to time, but I do not and did not wish for him to lose his life. And I got up this morning seeing folks online yelling and screaming about how this means war and how this is going to spark off a civil war and how it's the Democrats, they're so violent, the radical left is violent.
They shot Trump. They went to Kavanaugh's house with a rifle. They're firebombing Elon's cars, rioting in LA. Trans shooters are killing our kids. They just plugged 2 Jews outside the embassy in our capital. Hell, Rand Paul got his ribs broken by his neighbor. ICE agents have to wear masks because their families are getting death threats. It's officially over now. After today, we're not taking it anymore. They're telling us we're at war.
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today.
And it made me think to myself, this is the delusional madness that has caused us to be in this situation when it comes to these tools being unregulated and out there in society. We're not dealing with the issue in a realistic way. We're not addressing the real problems, and we're just blaming it on things that aren't the real issue. And so this continues to happen. And unfortunately, it happened to a guy who vehemently defended it at every turn.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe.
I mean, Charlie Kirk was the guy that said that it was okay if people passed away every year, if that was the price to pay to keep the Second Amendment. I think it's ironic that he lost his life in that manner. And I disagree with that statement. I disagree with the fact that we should pay for the Second Amendment with people's lives every year. It's ridiculous. Having these tools proliferated across our society doesn't make our society safer. And so, that is an unfortunate irony that Mr. Kirk has experienced. But I also wanted to say that, Mr. Kirk also used to say some of the worst things.
The new communication strategy is not to do what Bill Clinton used to do, where he would say, I feel your pain. Instead, it is to say you're actually not in pain. So let's just, very short clip. Bill Clinton in the 1990s, it was all about empathy and sympathy. I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage, but it is very effective when it comes to politics. Sympathy I prefer more than empathy. That's a separate topic for a different time.
You have to be careful when you put out dark energy because it's going to come back for you. Unfortunately, it came back for Mr. Kirk in front of all of us to see. I didn't wish that for him, and I didn't want that for him. And so, I'm sorry that his family had to experience that. However, I will say that I am not a fan, and the things that he's said, highly offensive.
You really have to wonder. In fact, if we would have said 3 weeks ago, Blake, if we would have said that Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously.
He's been very disrespectful. I don't wish for people that I disagree with to be hurt or injured. So I'm saddened that that happened for his family. And I don't want anybody to lose their life. Life is precious. Human life has value, even if it's the people that disagree with me. Unfortunately, what Charlie Kirk advocated for, he fell victim to as well. And so my hope is that this incident would spark a debate around the tools and how we need to restrict them. But from what I'm seeing, this incident is going to do the opposite. This incident that happened seems to be the catalyst and the political ammunition for folks to stoke more division and more aggression. And so I just hope that we can tone it down as far as that's concerned, and because I want to live in a civil society. I want to live in a civilized society, in a society where we value human life. And right now we just don't in this country. We do not value human life.